Gemini, hi, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm your host Tina, and welcome to my channel. Today we are doing your weekly tarot. This one is for the first week of March, March 1st to the 7th. Welcome to March, guys. All right, now if you haven't been here before, I do pull 2 layers. We're going to get right into your reading. We're going to pull the first layer now, Gemini. Let me just give these a few shuffles here, and let's see what's happening for you this week. All right, it's for Gemini. All right, we're going to stop it here. Page of Swords is at the bottom. All right. It's like you're unhappy with something here. The overall energy is the 3 of Swords here. So I just feel like you're really trying to balance yourself out. Maybe needing a decision that you need to make as well. But the overall energy is a 3 of Swords. So there's just a general energy of like not being happy with something. We're kind of worried about something here. Maybe not being able, trying to see if you can work together. Can you work together? I see you wanting to work together here. In the recent past, we also have the 8 of Pentacles. You know, it's just, you know, speaking of working together, it's just a very hardworking, committed, dedicated energy. Maybe you had your head down and you were focused on work or back to school, perfecting your craft, anything like that, but really trying to like master something. And this is you being really committed and even willing to make sacrifices here. The situation is Temperance. It's about having, you know, a moderate, patient, middle approach here. Because it does seem like we have Judgment here. I'm going to skip a little bit, but Judgment is here. That's where you're focused. And so I just feel like you're really trying to like avoid extremes. You're really trying to avoid extremes. And it could just be because you're just wiser at this point, especially with Temperance being the current energy. In the challenge position, we have the Knight of Swords. So it could be a conversation here, or it could just be somebody who's a little bit headstrong here. Maybe you're a little bit headstrong, and it's about just maybe pulling it back a little bit. And that's just the Knight of Swords energy. We will go in and clarify. But yeah, Judgment's where you're focused here, Gemini. And so this could just really feel like a big decision for you. Maybe for some of you it's related to like an inner calling. But there's something here that's like, there's like an inner voice that's tugging at you and you're trying to make a decision here, but you're really trying to avoid extremes this week. It's like you're not trying to be like all X or all Y. You're really trying to find a way to make it work together, to blend it. And even as I say that, your approach here is the 3 of Pentacles. This is a working together energy. Also an energy like if this was about work and people that you work with, for example, this is about you really putting the shovel in the dirt and making things happen, making moves. If you've had plans, you're trying to put them into action now. But there's just really an energy here of like really trying to be moderate and trying to work with other people. And again, there could be something that's scaring you or like a past pain here that's making you, that you're kind of using. And this isn't the only thing that's your deciding factor. That's what's really nice about this reading here. In your environment, we got Death here. It can be a Scorpio. Very simple for some of you. It can definitely be a Scorpio here. For others of you, you know, Death is really like death of our old ego, right? Making way. It's really making space for a rebirth, for like a part of you that's more true, that's more you, that you identify with today, that's trying to come through, right? That's what Death really is. But it can be uncomfortable. It's an uncomfortable transformation, but it speaks of a new day that's trying to come through. And then coming towards you, we have the Knight of Pentacles. This is, you know, even if it's about putting in the groundwork for this new direction, for some new reality here, for something here that you're really trying to manifest, that's kind of what the Knight of Pentacles is. Or it can just be a young earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But it's really about making progress. It's slow and steady progress, but it's progress nonetheless. All right, let's go in and clarify all of these energies. 6 of Cups is at the bottom as I look. Let's see. All right, Gemini. But yeah, you know, you've got a big decision here, but it's like you're really like being mature when you're in your approach and trying to make this judgment call. There's a maturity to it, especially with Temperance being the current situation. All right, Gemini. And again, taking a middle path, trying to work with this other person or this other party here. Really trying to work with them. Okay. We're going to stop it here. Eight of Pentacles at the bottom. Yeah. You're like, it's willing to make a sacrifice here. Nothing that, you know, there's certain things we don't compromise on, but if there's certain things that you can sacrifice, right? For the greater picture, for the bigger picture. And that's kind of the energy here. Yeah, happiness is going to come your way, but slow and steady. It's like you can have it all, but it's with time, right? With patience, with diligence, with time. And even speaking of, you know, let's actually start with your overall energy. We have the Three of Swords with the Knight of Swords. It's like, you know, even though you have a big decision on your mind, some of you might really want to like, it's like you're being pulled, like your heart's a little bit pulled in different directions. It's like you want to charge in and say something or communicate something. At the same time, even though you want to do that, you're still taking a patient, like moderate middle path type approach here with Temperance. But there is this like feeling in you with the Three of Swords and the Knight of Swords of like really wanting to charge in, really wanting to take action fast here, really wanting to keep things moving or communicate something here. Something in your heart that could hurt you or that can scare you, right? It's kind of one of those. In your recent past, clarifying the Eight of Pentacles, we have the Moon here. For some of you, this is really going to represent the inner work that you've done recently, right? And that's why you might be at this place of having like a greater understanding, being wiser now, because you've been through some darkness here, right? And you were able to find the light. You were able to almost see the truth from the fantasy, right? It's kind of like that. But this can really represent you doing the inner work here. And it does for me. All right, the situation with Temperance and the Knight of Pentacles here. This is, I mean, if Temperance represents patience and the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving energy, again, there's such a patient energy here. And even the Knight of Swords, it's your overall energy and it's in your challenge position. So I just feel like there's this underlying urge on your part, Gemini, that really just wants to just move quickly or like strike quickly or just take like really swift action. But it's like you know better. You know you need to take your time. You know that you want to avoid extremes here. And you're feeling like you need to blend certain aspects here. So even though you're having these like kind of like, what are they, like our animal urges in a way, you're able to tame them and like really stay patient here. Really stay patient here. And then where's your mind at? Where your focus? We got the World and Judgment. The World and Judgment. Some of you could really be thinking about like personal achievement here. But I just feel like it's like you're making a judgment call here about some chapter here in your life that's closing out. And it could even sometimes feel good, even though I know we have death here too. And death is an uncomfortable transition. But I feel like you're in this middle place of like kind of being happy for it, but also uncomfortable with it, if that makes sense. But you have the World and Judgment here. You know, Judgment's about you rising from the ashes, really. Of course, it's about like stepping into this newer, it's really rebirth. Like that's what rising from the ashes is. It's rebirth. And you have two cards of that here. And so it's really rising. And when we say rising from the ashes, it's you like becoming this higher version of yourself, right? Because you've been through certain experiences, you've learned from them. The world is a spiritual graduation day because you've learned the lessons, right? It's time to move on, and that's kind of what it is. But it's like, even though it can feel like an ending, it's truly a beginning here. Your approach is you're having strategy when it comes to working together. You're really thinking it through. Really thinking it through here. And you know, the Seven of Swords is facing the Three of Pentacles. And I do feel like some of you could be leaving something behind or thinking about leaving something behind to go work in a different direction here. But there is a group energy with you, meaning you're really thinking about other people this week, especially when it comes to this decision as well. You're certainly meeting people halfway. There's an element of respect with it as well. But this is you being super mental, super like really trying to make the right moves. If you need to cut your losses, you'll cut your losses. But there's a lot of strategy right now in your approach, and with who you're being like, and it's almost like discriminating with who you're going to work with, who you're going to build with. Now, in your environment, we also got the King of Wands. So this can definitely be a fire sign here. Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. We also have Scorpio here. In the end, though, you know, the King of Wands is also like a very like out of the box, non-traditional type of energy. He's not the King of Pentacles. And so when I think of death, and death is like kind of shedding your old skin. And so you might just be stepping out of your comfort zone here. But it can be making you, even though there's a level of uncomfortable energy, it does feel like it's also making you feel more confident, right? You're getting more okay with stepping out of your comfort zone here. But coming towards you, that's the best part. Clarifying that Knight of Pentacles is the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is like total happiness, not just with yourself, but as you look around in your relationships. It's feeling fulfilled, right? It's like you look around and it's like, yeah, we always have hopes and we always have dreams, but as things are right now, you're feeling content. And so again, the Knight of Pentacles is a very slow moving energy. It can be a little frustrating with how slow it is, but it builds things that are secure and strong and stable. And so I feel like slow and steady, you're coming to this 10 of Cups here, Gemini. And that's what's coming towards you. You know, a general feeling of feeling fulfilled, feeling happy within your relationships, within your family, within your home. And maybe you're making progress and you're getting there. Progress is definitely being made here this week. All right, Gemini, I am going to leave it there for you. I do hope you enjoyed this reading. Of course, if anything does resonate, like and subscribe. Thank you for letting me tune into your energies, and I will see you all next week.